Yo, what's up guys, I'm back, gonna review here. This time we have this Baby Crespo. Now as you can see by the team, I use him and Baby Stu because they're two very similar base icons this year. And obviously you see it's my second account. I haven't got the red Neymar, the red Mane, red Cancelo like I do on my main account as usual. But it's not a bad team, don't get me wrong, that I've got my second. So on stats then, so he's 6 foot tall, got the medium work rate. He's right footed with the 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Now in the 11 match I played with him, I got 15 goals and 8 assists, which is not a bad record since then I had 2 strikers to bounce between and obviously play it. So I decided to go the Hunt Chem style on him and play with a 4-4-2 as I just said alongside Suka. As you see by his alternatives, he can only play striker and centre forward, which isn't too bad, don't get me wrong, but I did want to play him a few other positions, but considering the price, it's not too much of an issue. But on stats then, so he's got the 86 pace, 86 shooting, 70 passing, 84 dribbling, and the 70 physical. So on paper, doesn't look like the finesse shot trait if I'm wrong. I don't think he has it outside the full shot trait like the Suka does. But with that being said, it's still not a bad card. But if you do enjoy the clips or want to see more, please do subscribe. It generally does help the channel a lot. But if you want to see anything in particular, let me down in the comments below, and I'll see you after pods and negatives. Peace. So on to my overall thoughts about the card then. Now for 100k I wasn't expecting too much of this card. One of my mates tipped me off saying he's actually not bad in game, so I thought I'd use him. So first one is the 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Now this is actually really nice considering he's only 100k. The 4-star skills is the minimum necessity I feel like on a card this year. You need the 5-star skills minimum, but obviously he won't be 100k if you had the 5-star skills. But it's still nice to have the 4-star skills, very desirable. Now the 4-star weak foot does feel like 4-star weak foot. At times the weak foot would be a little bit inconsistent, but don't get me wrong, it was still not bad. Now the pace me with the Hunter chemist are actually really good to be fair. Obviously 6 foot tall, so he's not going to be the fastest front goal and he will get caught by the fullbacks, but to outpace centre backs, generally not too bad to be fair. Now the shooting for me, really good. I would say Suku's was a little bit above this card because the outside the 4-shot trait, very, very nice for him. But he doesn't have it, but you can obviously do it with the L2 this year, so that's not too much of an issue. But we'll go through it. So the finishing, very, very nice to be fair. The attack was a little bit low at times, would drift out a little bit wide and be out of position, but not too bad. Now the long shots don't really go near, and the shot power is a little bit low, but overall not too shabby. Now this is where I feel like the card is a little bit lacklustre, to be honest. The passing is very, very shambolic. Now don't get me wrong, he has 8 assists, but I feel like that was mainly Suku's doing and doing it all himself necessarily. But that passing is just woeful. It's one of the worst I've seen. But overall, I have probably used worse passes in the game, but generally just stay away from that if possible. He's going to be your main run through and goal, try and score the strike it instead of passing it. But onto dribbling then. So the 88 agility generally doesn't feel too bad on this card, because in he's 6 foot tall, he generally feels a little bit better than that mid Nedved. Honestly, that mid Nedved doesn't feel very agile at all, but this doesn't feel too bad, to be fair. I don't feel like they just boost it at all. But with that being said, the balance is a little bit low, and so is the reactions as well as the ball control. You want high ball control on someone that's like 6 foot or above, purely because they can have a little bit bigger touches because obviously they're taller. The composure for me didn't have any issues with it at all. On both feet, very, very nice, very, very deadly card. And as I said, a little bit worse than Suka for shooting, but overall, still very, very nice. Now this one I feel like this card's a little bit better than Suka. So he's got 89 heading accuracy, 84 jumping, as well as the power header trait. And as you've seen, I think he scored 1 or 2 headers for me in the games, which is actually quite nice. And just another aspect of this card, for 100k, you can't really ask for too much more, honestly. But with that being said, the stamina is a little bit low in this card, especially since he's got medium work rate, and as well as he's got a low strength and aggression, especially aggression is very, very low, and as well as the balance isn't too high, so he might get pushed off the ball quite easily. But luckily he's not got the bad agility, so he can twist and turn out of situations, because if he couldn't, he would need to pass his way out, and as you can see, he generally can't do that. But overall for me, the shooting is one of his better attributes, and so is the dribbling as well as the jumping. So on to my overall scores about the card then. Now first for me is the pace. Now overall for pace, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 as well. I feel like it's very similar to Suku's, maybe a bit faster on the acceleration and getting through and goal, but overall they're very, very similar cards overall. So overall I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 as well. Now shooting for me, I am going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, but it's not amazing. I feel like Suku's a little bit better because he has the outside the 4-shot trait, but overall the shooting is actually quite nice for how cheap the card is. Now the passing for me, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. I genuinely don't think I'll give it a low score for anything. It's very, very bad, the passing, don't get me wrong, but the vision is the only one that's like, I can't even say it's decent because it's not, but it's not too bad, don't get me wrong. Now the dribbling for me, it's very, very inconsistent on stats. You've got the high agility, high composure, while the rest of the attributes are kind of average. So overall for this, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I can't give it high because the rest of the attributes are kind of average. You do kind of want higher balance, higher reactions, higher ball control, and higher actual dribbling stat. So overall, I can't give it any higher than that, to be honest. Now the physicals for me, this is a very hard one to rank because he's actually very good in the air, which makes him very, very well-rounded card. He's got the pace as well as the jumping attributes, but the stamina is very woeful to be honest. So overall for this, I'm just giving it a solid 7 out of 10. If he had maybe like 85 stamina, I'd give it more like a 9 out of 10 or something like that. But overall, I just can't give it higher than that. But with that being said, on overall score for him then, I'm giving him an 8.1 out of 10. Now I'm pretty sure I give Suka an 8.2. Now I do feel like Suka's a little bit better card overall, but with that being said, this card is definitely better value for coins. So if you are looking to pick up a cheap icon for I think 100k is, that is a steal. He's generally the best icon for 100k I reckon you can get. Obviously there's like other cards like larger than that, but he hasn't got the shooting like this guy's got. So overall for the value for coins, I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. Generally one of the best icons you can use. Obviously there's better gold cards like Vinny and that for around the same value, but if you want a cheap icon, he's definitely a go-to card. I'd honestly say he's probably best out of all of them. But that's all for my view. As always, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do subscribe. It genuinely does help the channel out a lot. But I've got nothing more to say. See you in the next video and peace out, guys.